I'm going to say some of the things, though, that are going on in the world, just to create a context here. Because for most people, life right now is getting much harder. And if you look at what's going on in the world, it's not hard to imagine why that's so. Of course, they don't know what we know, but just for a moment, let's just look at what's going on in the world. We're into our third month of a pandemic, of doing unnatural things like wearing masks and having your temperature taken when you walk in the door. I know that that's strange stuff, and I don't like it any more than anybody else. But beyond that, in the midst of that, and all the stuff that's being required of us to be safe and to protect the ones we love who are more vulnerable to this pandemic, this virus, what else is happening? Police officers are still killing black men. And then all hell breaks loose when that happens. And our cities are burning again. God, it reminds me of the 60s. And I thought we were evolving. But sometimes it doesn't look like that. And the frustration of that, I just fell into a little bit of a trap, realizing that some of the people that the government closed down because of the pandemic have now had their businesses destroyed by anarchists. It's like, what does somebody that's going through that feel right now? You know? So there's all kinds of ways to see these challenges. But that brings me back to this quote that I found from Ernest Holmes in Love and Law. Would you go back to that quote? That's right. No living soul can contribute one iota of peace, health, or happiness to your life. And no living soul can take one iota away, only as you allow it to flow through your consciousness. It's a powerful notion. So I can't contribute to your happiness or your peace or your health, but I sure can do some things. And what I want to do this morning is I want to make you smile, maybe even laugh. So would you go to my title slide today? Oh, good, I'm off to a good start. The pursuit of happiness amidst the pandemic. So how do we find happiness? Well, we did it for years here by saying every Sunday, today is a happy day. Say that with me. Today is a happy day. Yeah, we did. I know, you want to say the other one now. Today is the best day ever. Okay, good for you. Good for you. That's quite a smile, isn't it? So, here's what we're going to do for the next few minutes. I'm going to kid about this pandemic, okay? In hopes that it creates a lightness here that I can speak to you from. So, let's see. I've got my little clicker here. I'm in charge of that. Let's see what's up first. There she is. You've noticed how quickly commercials have adapted to the pandemic concerns? They've gone from buy a Toyota to these are difficult and uncertain times for us all. Buy a Toyota. Some are predicting that in 2033, we shall call the children born during this pandemic the quarantines. I don't know. Oh, and some of the slides are going to even be more provocative, so just, stick with me here. This house got toilet papered. It's now appraised at $875,000. This is the new logo for the Summer Olympics. Moo. Yeah, that's all right. You can do that once in a while. Thank God the beaches are finally opening back up. Anybody not get that? Okay. Most people are really not doing well with this, but one group is having a great time. It's the Jehovah's Witnesses, because they know everybody's home. Here's an excerpt from a quarantine diary. Day 1, I've stocked up enough non-perishable food and supplies to last me for months, maybe years, so that I can remain safely in isolation for as long as it takes to wait out the pandemic. Day 1 plus 45 minutes. I'm at the supermarket because I needed a Snickers bar and just a few other things. You see how that's working? Yeah, I know, because you never can have enough toilet paper, right? First, we're told that alcohol may prevent COVID-19. Now research suggests the opposite. Then we're told heat and humidity has no effect. But wait, direct sunlight may kill the virus. So if you come across a middle-aged woman standing outside, intoxicated and naked, leave her alone. She's doing important medical research. This woman never in her wildest dreams imagined she'd be going into the bank with a mask on asking for money. You ready? 2 months in quarantine. I'm fine, thank you. This gentleman feels like he's 16 again. Gas is cheap and he's grounded. Wearing a mask inside your home is now highly recommended, not so much to prevent viral infection, but to help you stop eating. Here's a problem from the pandemic. Kids are watching more TV than ever. Here's the solution. Mute the audio, put on the subtitles. Voila, your kids are reading. Managing the COVID-19 pandemic is like being Darth Vader. You wear a mask, you don't visit your children, you're socially and emotionally distant, and you follow orders. After all these weeks in isolation, it's starting to feel like Vegas, where you're losing money by the minute, cocktails are acceptable at any hour, and nobody knows what time it is. I got this industrial-sized roll of toilet paper at a white elephant gift at a Christmas party. Now who's laughing? Constellation Brands, the makers of Corona beer, have changed the name of their product to avoid association with the coronavirus. Here's the new name. So this mom is working at home, and here's the notice on her bedroom door. Mom's in a meeting, 9:30 to 11, do not enter. The answer to your question might be here. Upstairs, in the wash, I don't know what's for dinner. No. In your bedroom, eat a piece of fruit. After years of wanting to thoroughly clean her house, but lacking the time, this woman has discovered that wasn't the reason. She really just doesn't want to clean the house. In case you've lost track of the date, today is March 87th. I like that one. Let's see. Check out this woman's new social distancing outfit that just arrived from Amazon. And this is the last one. This is a picture of Matthew McConaughey at the Oscars. This is a picture of Matthew McConaughey on Zoom. So all of you that are on Zoom, the same thing is happening to you. I know, it is terrible. So, I hope that made you laugh. I think it did. the pursuit of happiness. It's something that's in our founding documents, that we can pursue happiness. The government does not guarantee that we will be happy. It can't. No one can. It's up to us individually to choose happiness. And this community has been on that track for years. But truly, what's happening in the world is a great distraction to the idea of being happy. You know, I've had my moments where I've almost given into it and had to really catch myself and call myself back. It's an easy time to find fault in the world. It's an easy time to be discouraged. It's an easy time to not know what's going to happen, therefore falling into a state of fear. It's going on all around us. Our job, however, is to be vigilant in this intention to be happy. And it's okay if people look at us and go, what the hell's he or she happy about? You know, it's okay. We don't have to explain ourselves. I thought this idea of wearing a mask in the grocery store and not being able to show people my smile was a detriment. But I know I'm smiling. They don't need to know I'm smiling. I smile all the time with it. In fact, I'm wondering how I could get one of those masks that has a permanent smile on the mask, because that's the way I feel. I want to be happy. I get fed from being around people. That's why it wasn't getting everything for me to be in this space. Now, we've got folks that aren't here that have been coming to this center for years. They're entitled to not be here. It's okay. Some of them are sending me emails with attachments that talk about the problems of us being inside and how wrong that is. I got an email this week that says we shouldn't be singing because it spreads the virus. Frankly, now I can't prove this, but I don't think anybody in this room has a virus. Still, I have a responsibility to the people that are more vulnerable to the dangers of this virus. We have some folks in the room that are up in years, and that's who they say are the most vulnerable. So that's why we're doing these crazy things like the temperature and wearing the masks. It's not that I'm suspect of any of you. It's that I can't take a chance with these people's lives. You know what I'm talking about, Terry, right? Okay. I don't know why I'm picking on you, but... Well, because you're not going to be told you're not coming in this room. I know that that's what's going on, and that's true for a number of other people. So we take these precautions. Are they necessary? I don't know. I got a whole other group of people that I love dearly that are telling me that I'm infringing on their rights by requiring these things. I know it's not comfortable. I don't like to wear the mask. It feels like I'm in a sauna when I've got that thing on. I don't want to do that. But how do I do that? How do I believe that I'm doing everything I can to make sure that everyone is safe if we don't do these silly things? Now, I said to you early on, and it won't be on anything except this recording, that I have the intention of us meeting outside under the oak tree next week. Hopefully some of those folks that won't come in the room right now will come that way. You know, and of course, it's got to be that the weather works for us. And if it does, you know, I'm going to say dress scantily because it's going to be hot. And we'll do what we can out there. And I think everybody will enjoy it because we're not requiring masks out there. But we do what we have to do. We move through this and we take care of one another and we honor one another. Not to be free to do anything you want. That came up in a conversation this week, and it's worth talking about. Someone was saying, why don't you just treat? Just treat that everybody's okay. It doesn't really work like that. You know, there's that old phrase, praise Allah and tie your camel to a tree. The same is true as with spiritual mind treatment. And the little ditty that we say around that is treat, and move your feet. In other words, don't just say it. Don't just claim it in a treatment. Live it. Be true to it. Do what you need to do to make it so. It's not that it isn't enough to treat. It is, but you have to live in that line, in alignment with that you say being so. You can't treat that you're safe and then go wandering around on the freeway. It doesn't work. You got to know what's appropriate for you to do and know that your outcome allows you to be safe and whole and healthy and complete in every way. That means that there has to be continuity in your life about what you claim in your prayer work and how you live your life. And if you do that, then it will always work. It will always work. But this idea that you can jabber a few words and suddenly your life is different is not reasonable. We're all responsible here. And actually, we're all responsible for one another. I think the reason that we keep having these infections and these problems is that people think they're above all that. They don't need to do all that. Well, we do. We do. We have the benefit of knowing that our word has incredible power, but our words without actions really don't take it where we need to go. And our words, spoken and known joyously, make a great difference. In fact, if we do everything in a state of joy, in a state of happiness, we'll get that thing that we're looking for, which is a life that works. So simply by knowing that and living from that, we can get through this thing. I don't know how much longer it's going to last, but we're going to do what we have to do it. I can't tell you how grateful I am that you want to be in the room. That is so affirming to me. It means so much. So thank you for taking the time to come here, to be here, and to do it the way we're asking you to do it. Not because we want to, but because that's the prudent and appropriate thing for us to do, to say that our treatment and our prayer work is in alignment with our actions. And I invite you to have that in your life. And I invite you to have a happy life, because there's no sense in being miserable on planet Earth. We did not come here to suffer. We came here to share the light. And the only way we can do that is by gracing people with our presence in a delightful way. So bless you. Know that I love you. Have a fantastic week. And everything going well, I'll meet you under the oak tree next Sunday. God bless you all. Thank you.